Thank you. Mr. Chaille, Mr. Hogan, any record you wish to make with respect to sentencing?
I really feel bad that that situation arose, but I was not the cause of this was stuff taking place. I don't carry a gun, I never ran with a gun. These stores, these small security hyped up against me. I wasn't that one. I love the drug. You know, if you're trying to, just speak to this woman and all this stuff, so these people inspired and did me. I didn't do him, they did me. But that's it. The whole thing is washed around. You made your own story. All that. But they even look at the video in the apartment over there. All that. The whole thing, and it's just, here I am. Here I go. Now look at you.
The defendant here with his attorney, state by its deputy, has been found guilty on trial by jury. Since the hearing is now held, the court has to consider the written pre-sentence investigation report. Previously entered a plea for finding guilty on count of murder, count to potential level of felony, as well as the enhancement of using firearms for crime. With respect to the aggravating circumstances in this case, obviously the offenses themselves are very serious in nature. One person lost their life, one person nearly lost their life. As the state, I believe, properly describes it, the English killing. Victims had no reason to believe that the events would unfold this way. We do have an extensive criminal record that includes 18 prior misdemeanor convictions, as well as 6 prior felony convictions. These convictions include violent offenses of battery, body waste, burglary, and robbery. When you've been convicted of alcohol while intoxicated 5 times, prior attempts at rehabilitation clearly fail. You have had your probation revoked twice, and if you were on felony probation in circuit court at the time you committed these offenses.
Why they do what they do.
As far as mitigating circumstances, as the state points out, I don't find that your aid was a mitigator, and then it really had no bearing on what happened here with respect to this incident. The extensive aggravators, your extensive criminal history, the injury offenses, history that dates back to 1975. Been a bit of a menace to this society for decades. The Department of Corrections for a period of 65 years in count 1, 40 years in count 2. Those counts are consecutive. Find that count was filed as count 3. Actually, it enhances count 1 by a period of 20 years. All those will run consecutive. In a sense, 125 days, and 79 days jail credit. I will assess the court costs as well as the $200 public defender fee. This case is also consecutive to your circuit court case 02C012208 F6933. Mr. Hogan, you have the right to appeal. What occurred during the jury trial was the right to appeal my sentence and findings here today. In order to appeal those, you must file a notice of appeal within 30 days. If that notice is not filed within those 30 days, you could end up waiving your appeal rights. You understand your appeal rights.
So,
Do you wish to appeal?
so do.
All right, are you to hire a private attorney, or would you like the public defender appointed to perfect an appeal on your behalf?
Public defender.
I'll show the public defender will show that you can advise of your appeal rights, understand those appeal rights, and you've been requested a public defender, or found that you're indigent. The public defender is appointed to perfect an appeal on your behalf. And you take that.